The Killer is directed by David Fincher and written by Andrew Kevin Walker and stars Michael Fassbender. And it tells the story about how after a fateful near miss, an assassin battles his employers and himself on an international manhunt that he insists isn't personal. This is the fourth David Fincher movie that I've seen. I will admit I haven't seen all of his work. I am planning on watching the rest of them relatively soon. The ones I have seen up until this point are Zodiac, The Social Network, and the one that we don't talk about. It's a good movie, though. Can I say that at least? I'm not sure. Like I said, while I have not seen all of David Fincher's work, I have thoroughly enjoyed what I have seen. So I was pretty optimistic going into this one. Michael Fassbender plays a ruthless killer, and he feels he has to be. There's plenty of narration throughout the movie, which tells us that he needs to make sure he has no empathy when killing these people, and as a result, it leads to really brutal ways of him killing people. Throughout the movie, you feel a sense that he might spare somebody because you expect that as a viewer. You might think like, oh, he seems very thought out about all of this. There's no way he's gonna go through with it. And then he ends up doing so, and you're just left shocked at how brutally it's done. He does not hold anything back. A lot of people die in this movie. Something I found very interesting about this film is that it's not necessarily him being in the shadows per se. There is a lot of that, but there's also a lot of him being just out in the open. And it really goes to show how easy it might be for a killer to use things that we find convenient. And someone can just take all of these conveniences and use them to do horrible things. There's a lot of product placement in this movie with companies like Amazon, Postmates, and Ace Hardware popping up. And while very brief, it actually added a lot to the story and really went to show how easy it might just be for somebody to do things like this. Something I can also really praise the movie on is the sound design. Usually when a song is playing in a film, it'll either be coming through someone's headphones and you'll be able to hear that, or it'll just play the music in the background and it'll go with the scene. However, I do like the way that it's spliced back and forth between the two. When we're seeing the movie through the character's eyes, the music is playing nice and loud, and you can tell that it goes right with the mood, similar to something like Baby Driver. But when the camera is pointed at him and we're seeing him do these actions, the music is playing through his headphones. And it's timed perfectly. That is something I just really loved and I really wanted to talk about because it blew me away with how amazing that was. There were also wonderful performances from actors like Tilda Swinton. She was amazing in this movie. I really only know her from the MCU, but I really enjoyed her presence in this movie, and she did a fantastic job. My biggest gripe with this movie is that I feel it just didn't give enough time to establish why he's going on this revenge spree. When he goes home and we're given the reason why he's going on this expedition, it's just so brief and there's not much that's said. You do get to understand that he is doing it because of that, but I wish that they would have shown a little bit more of that. I wish a lot more time was given to that to make me care a little more. He starts out with killing, that scene happens, and it happens so fast, and then he just goes right back to killing, and that's how it is for the rest of the movie. I feel I would have cared a lot more about the stakes if they took more time to really establish that and build that for his character. But otherwise, I had a pretty good time with this movie. I'm going to give The Killer 3.5 stars. I did go see this movie at my local art house theater. It had a limited release, and I believe that's over, but the movie is available on Netflix. This movie was made for Netflix, so if you'd like to check it out, you can do so. It's out there now. Let me know in the comments if you've checked out this movie and what you thought of it down below. Be sure to also check out my reviews on movies I've done previously, like Five Nights at Freddy's, Totally Killer, and the Taylor Swift Eras Tour. I'm also going to be doing reviews on The Marvels and The Holdovers this week. I did see those movies and I'd like to talk about them, so feel free to stay tuned for those. I'm also planning on doing a bunch of older movies. I am kind of conflicted on what to start with, though. There's a lot of movies I'd love to do it with, but I feel like the first one is something that I just really want to make impactful, and I don't want to just do my favorite movie immediately. I kind of want to save that for a special occasion. With that said, thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to check the links in the description to my social media, and I will catch you all in the next one. Take it easy. Peace.